Have you ever considered the impact the words I am can have? These two little words aren't just statements about ourselves. They're influential tools that help shape our identity and the world we experience. In this video, we'll delve into how using I am changes our mindset and our lives, drawing from Neville Goddard's teachings and the concept of conscious creation. We'll look at how the words we choose after I am tend to guide our thoughts, emotions, and decisions. Let's jump in and uncover what makes these seemingly simple words so powerful. When you say I am, what follows has a significant effect. It's not just about stating facts. It's about crafting your own reality. Think of every I am as a brushstroke on the canvas of your life. This means we should pay attention to what we attach after I am. For instance, when you affirm I am capable, you're not only labeling yourself, you're strengthening your self-belief. It's like planting a mental seed that grows each time you repeat it, eventually influencing your actions and how you relate to others. This goes beyond self-talk. Real internal shifts take place. Even psychological studies support this phenomenon. Research has revealed that the words we attach to I am can quietly shape how we see ourselves, often with more weight than we'd like to admit. The things we repeat in our minds become the scripts we live by, altering what we notice, how we react to setbacks, and how we connect with others. Unfortunately, when those thoughts are harsh or unkind, they sink in just as deeply as the uplifting ones. If anything, the negative phrases seem to echo a little louder, crowding out proof of our worth and capability. The potential for transformation is there, but it's all too easy to fall into the habit of telling ourselves small, painful lies. I am not enough. I am always anxious, until they feel like the only truths. Over time, this sort of inner monologue can shrink our world, causing us to overlook happiness or comfort when they do appear. The mind, as it turns out, is quick to accept the roles it's assigned. While we know the words we choose can open doors to change, it's difficult to break free from old patterns, especially when the self-fulfilling prophecy feels like a trap rather than a tool. When we hold strong convictions about ourselves, we start behaving in ways that reinforce those beliefs, often without even realizing it. For example, consistently affirming, I am successful, often leads us to make choices that steer us towards achievement. The effects of this are significant, especially for goal setting and overcoming challenges. Repeating statements like, I am capable, I am resilient, or I am creative encourages us to demonstrate these traits more fully in our actions. This form of positive self-talk becomes a driving force, nudging us to make decisions that support the qualities we want to develop. Essentially, the language that follows I am not only mirrors who we are now, but also maps out who we are becoming. Each self-affirmation sets the foundation for the reality we build, word by word. By picking words that truly resonate with our aims and desires, we can channel the influence of language into creating a life with more meaning and satisfaction. The mirror of conscious creation offers a deeper insight into our experience. Our outer reality tends to reflect our internal landscape. Rooted in Neville Goddard's philosophy, this perspective holds that what we live in the external world is directly shaped by our innermost beliefs and thought patterns. Imagine the mind as a mirror. Whatever is held within is projected outwardly, and that projection forms the circumstances and events we encounter. When the mind is saturated with bright, hopeful thoughts, the world facing us takes on a golden, forgiving sheen, shimmering with possibilities just out of reach. But let shadowed doubts and bleakness settle within, and the surface of reality distorts, warping what we see into something cold, isolating, and unkind. This isn't just mystical thinking. Our brains are wired to play these tricks. The reticular activating system, a silent and ruthless sentry, stands guard inside our heads, filtering reality itself. It hunts for fragments, discarding what doesn't fit, leaving only the parts that echo the voices already whispering in our minds. If you secretly believe the world is threatening, you'll be haunted by evidence lurking in the edges, confirming your darkest fears. This inner alignment with hidden suspicions runs deeper. Confirmation bias stalks us, compelling us to cling to memories and signs that validate what we already believe. It's as if our minds conspire to trap us in a hall of mirrors, never letting us break free from the shadows of our own making. The effect creeps into how we treat others, our own anxious or bitter expectations twisting our behavior, summoning responses that reinforce the same darkness. Each day, we unwittingly weave the world to fit the storm that churns within, a reflection all too eager to stare back with whatever we most fear. When we place our attention on the present as the ground from which everything emerges, we discover a quieter, sometimes somber, truth behind I am affirmations. They're not just statements for self-definition or avenues for change. They draw their quiet power from anchoring us in this moment, the only time we ever actually have. Eckhart Tolle, whose teachings revolve around the strange weight of the present, once said, "Realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have. Make the now the primary focus of your life." In these words, there's a wistfulness, an almost sorrowful recognition that the current moment slips away even as we try to grasp it. Affirmations made now don't promise the joy of some eventual transformation. They gently insist upon what must be shaped out of what's left to us, here and now. Every I am is a fragile flag planted in the territory of the present, amid all its uncertainties and fleeting possibilities. In this light, present-centered affirmations are less about bold creation and more about the effort to funnel hope into what we cannot hold on to for long. Tolle's insight, then, is a reminder and a lament. Whatever we hope to become, we must build it from the passing moment, the only place our words have any real agency before they vanish into memory. By affirming the state of being we want right now, we recognize that the present moment offers more than just a link between the past and the future. It's a space where we can create without boundaries, with the understanding that the present is our most potent point for change. Let's see how I am affirmations can be used to their fullest. These aren't just phrases. They serve as tools for transforming your reality. To use them to their full effect, it helps to know the steps for creating and applying them. Start by considering what aspect of yourself you'd like to shift or accomplish. Pinpointing this intention gives you a clear starting place. From there, frame your affirmation in a specific way. Rather than something broad like, "I am good," use something focused, such as, "I am confident in my choices," or "I am getting stronger every day." The clearer your affirmation, the more attainable it feels. Also, be sure your affirmation stirs positive feelings when you say it. You're looking for words that genuinely uplift you and ignite enthusiasm or happiness within. This emotional response is what fuels the affirmation's effectiveness. Finally, treat your affirmations like a daily ritual. Just as a plant needs regular watering, these need consistent attention. Repeat them each day, whether as part of your morning routine or in the quiet moments before. Choose a time that suits you and don't deviate. When you begin chanting your affirmations, shut your eyes and slip into the darkness, conjuring vivid scenes where those whispered words become terrifyingly real. Picture not just having what you want, but feel its presence creeping close, almost too close. This strange ritual doesn't just plant ideas in your mind. It carves them deeper, like runes scratched into stone, forging new paths through your thoughts. Expect the shadows within you to rise up against these new incantations. There's an ancient resistance, an echo of your old self, whispering doubts like ghosts trapped in the walls. Let them snarl and howl. It only proves the spell is working, unwinding the old protections and letting something new take root. The more you repeat and surrender to these affirmations, the more natural and perhaps unsettling they begin to feel. You're not simply uttering harmless sentences. You're tampering with the bedrock of your own reality, crafting a psychic doorway where change drips through like black water. The act itself calls to mind the oldest forms of spell work, where every syllable carries weight and intentions stir in the darkness, ready to twist the fabric of the world to your will. I am affirmations with care. Each word is a tool, even a weapon, in this shadowy process. Use them and watch reality contort in response. This process is said to infuse words with a strange, simmering energy, binding them tightly to the caster's will and craving. The resemblance to I am affirmations is strangely unmistakable. Both wield language as a weapon, carving new realities into the flesh of existence. Across shadowed history, cultures and occult traditions have whispered of the word's latent power. In the ancient depths of Egypt, spoken incantations were believed to rip the veil between worlds and command twisted, unseen forces. In Hindu rites, mantras carry a hidden potency, their vibrations summoning echoes from the cosmic darkness. In the modern age, linguistics and psychology provide a colder, clinical lens, suggesting that language itself cages and shapes our perception in subtle, inescapable ways. The Sapir-Whorf hypothesis hints that language can warp our minds, altering how we see and move through the world, just as affirmations or spells might bend reality's contours. Scientific forays into psychoneuroimmunology have revealed that even a gentle affirmation can leave fingerprints on the brain, chains that bind emotion and body together in new patterns. So there lingers a deep truth, whether through mystical spell or whispered statement. Words, when filled with unwavering intent, can quietly rewire life itself. These rituals force us to become hyper-aware of every word that slips from our lips, shadowing us with the chilling truth that our language shapes not just reality, but fate itself. When we slip from the solid ground of spoken words, we find ourselves drifting in the silent void, into the haunting domain of the soul's language. Here, ordinary speech dissolves, giving way to an eerie tapestry woven from symbols, nightmares, and twisted art, tearing open the veil that usually hides deeper spiritual forces. This communication slithers through emotion and intuition, crawling past the borders of waking understanding to whisper secrets in the dark places of our minds. The language of the soul is not confined. It mutates through time, embedding itself in the howling wind, in vivid dreams that linger with dread, in age-old rituals that transcend all cultures and eras. Its whispers live in symbols, light clawing through darkness, or ancient omens lurking in literature, each a puzzle piece of forbidden knowledge, promising enlightenment but hinting at danger lurking in misinterpretation. At the heart of this uncanny language is an unending conversation between the shadows of our higher selves and the vast, indifferent universe. Personal symbols become omens rather than comforts, leading us along paths we may not wish to tread, yet unable to turn away from the call to delve deeper. This cryptic dialect offers more than connection. It grants keys to sinister truths about ourselves and our place in a world that's much stranger and more dangerous than it seems. Consider the phrase, "I am." On the surface, a simple declaration, but beneath, a whispered incantation, summoning forth what we might become, for good or for ill. Each utterance is a stroke on a canvas that may reveal beauty or conjure nightmares, shaping destinies in the darkness as much as in the light. Let the weight of these words settle on you as you speak them. Uttering, "I am strong, I am loved," or "I am at peace," is more than affirmation. It's a ritual that weaves your identity into something darker, binding your soul's longings to an unseen force. Each declaration shapes the reality around you, carving your existence to match the vision lurking in your depths. Every "I am" drags you deeper along a twisted path of self-discovery and metamorphosis. These words stalk the hallways of your mind, whispers echoing in the shadows, stitching your essence to something far beyond your control. Their power haunts you, a relentless chant of all you could become. When you speak your "I am," do so with trembling conviction, aware of the abyss gazing back. Let these words not only lift you, but tether you to the darkness and the dream alike, illuminating the road to what you truly desire at a cost. Know this: each time you speak, "I am," you are not simply talking to yourself, but beckoning the unknown, which waits and listens, eager to answer your call with echoes of its own. Let your "I am" be a requiem, potent, haunting, limitless.